And joining us now on this broadcast is Rajeev Chandrasekhar, former Union Minister, and Nikunj Garg, our Senior Managing Editor, is also joining us on this. Mr. Chandrasekhar, starting with you, of course, there are a lot of reasons for India to cheer because India has managed to send a strong message to the world that there will be a new rules of engagement as far as Pakistan is concerned. Operation Sindoor has been a massive success, and India has significantly managed to demonstrate its military and strategic prowess. What are your thoughts, sir?
Look, I think it's very clear that Pakistan has had a long, dubious history of trying to distract its own people from its failings and its slide towards a failed state by occasionally having these terror attacks against India, targeting innocent Indians to try and blackmail India and shift the narrative into a narrative of Kashmir and India. And as this general, very dubious general tried to make it a Hindu-Muslim thing recently over the last 10-15 days. But what has happened this time around, I think, is that India has demonstrated that while Pakistan and its generals can try and do whatever it needs to do to distract its people, there will be severe cost imposed on them by the actions of India. And these unprecedented type of destruction that we have seen on 11 Air Force fields of Pakistan, the reach that India has demonstrated deep within Pakistan is certainly drawing a new red line, which is that you can still toy with terrorism if you think that is very, a smart thing for you to do, but be prepared to have severe costs imposed on you. And India has demonstrated that there is nothing token about what India is capable of doing. It will impose severe costs on Pakistan and the Pakistani establishment if it continues to play terror and use terror as some sort of a war against India. And I think this is very unprecedented. The fact that we've had our missiles and our forces reach 11 different airfields ranging from Chaklala to Jacobabad is absolutely unprecedented in the history of how India has responded to Pakistan.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, after 50 years, in response to asymmetric warfare for the first time, since last 3 decades we have been facing this problem from Pakistan, India has hit the heart of Pakistan and heart of Pakistani army, that is Punjab.
Oh, absolutely. And
that is Mr. Chandrasekhar, let me finish my question.
Yeah, let me
finish my question. My question is that despite that, Pakistanis, obviously they had to demonstrate to their public, tried to hit back at India. But do you think that with this kind of unprecedented penetration in the heart of Pakistan, Pakistanis will get the message, their deep state will get the message, or their generals will still continue to see as something that they can dangle before their public as a rallying point? What is your assessment of this situation? Unprecedented action by India, the reaction of the Pakistanis going forward, not now, that has happened, not now. Going forward, what is your assessment of Pakistani reaction?
Look, 3 days ago at a public political program in Kerala, somebody said that Pakistan is a wild animal. And I said, don't insult wild animals. Pakistan is not a wild animal. Pakistan is a mad state. It is as I said in Malayalam, pranda means crazy. And when you deal with irrational, barbaric, uncivilized thinking, the kind of which Pakistan has demonstrated for many years, there is nothing sure about what they will do next. What we can be sure about is that every time Pakistan tries to become crazy or is attempting to become mad, that the treatment that India will mete out will be causing them severe pain and severe consequences. And that is what our government has done. Look, Nikunj, you are an experienced person in this. The capabilities that India has demonstrated this time around in air defense and in offense is something that is unprecedented in the history of Indian military, evolution and growth, and that we can reach right into the heart of Pakistan and do so without being thwarted or without being deterred is a capability that India has developed over the last decade. And it is absolutely serious. And as the Prime Minister has always said, this type of capability is not for demonstration on our shelves. It is every time the specter of terrorism is put up by Pakistan. Pakistan has learned this time around. There will be pain, there will be consequences that they will have to face. And I think that is the message. In terms of trusting Pakistan, nobody on the planet, not even the Pakistanis, trust the Pakistan state. So there is no question of the Indians trusting the Pakistanis.
That's, I think, very well put, that nobody trusts Pakistan on the global arena. Let me ask you another follow-up question to that. Quite clearly, Mr. Chandrasekhar, India has penetrated the defenses, the air defenses of Pakistan. Look, in last half a decade, China has been trying to build both the aerial as well as the naval defenses of Pakistan. Remember, that is a capability that United States was always coy in giving them, but Chinese have been very liberal in giving them. So they have been trying to build those defenses, and India has demonstrated without any doubt that irrespective of those defenses, we will hit them where it hurts them the most. So again, as I ask you, do you think that that message will have some moving impact in the brains, in the minds of the Pakistani generals? Forget about the civilian establishment, they are hardly a player in this game.
Look, I think, look, Nikunj, I'm not a psychologist, and I certainly don't know how to diagnose madness and mad people. It is not a specialty that I'm capable of. There are mad people there. There are mad generals there. There are people, and this is a history of Pakistan. You had Musharraf, who was mad, who had a madness moment in Kargil. You have the General Munir, who's certainly, walking the traditions of mad generals, megalomaniacs. And so to ask anybody today to predict what their thinking is and what their behavior is going to be is asking for the impossible. But what we can certainly predict, what we can certainly assume is that the Pakistani generals, even the maddest of them, have understood that in the terms of capability, India today is at a very different level, and they can buy, they can steal, they can do whatever they want with Chinese technology. But what India has developed in terms of technological, offensive and defensive capability, imaging, sensor, is absolutely unprecedented, and Pakistan will have to play a big, long effort in trying to come anywhere close to this kind of capability. And as India continues to build its capability, it will be a losing battle for Pakistan. So if there are sane generals, they will understand, but there are unfortunately in Pakistan a lot of madmen who also happen to be wearing uniforms. So it's very, very difficult to predict.
Right. Sir, my last question to you, and this is with regards to something which very unfortunately happened yesterday. Vikram Misri, the Foreign Secretary, was trolled relentlessly, and he had to go private on X. Of course, the IAS and IPS officers associations have condemned it. But, you know, the madness that we saw on social media in particular, there is a situation right now where you have Shashi Tharoor, Salman Khurshid, several Congress leaders coming out in his support, saying that this is preposterous. What are your thoughts?
No, look, Vikram Misri is an absolutely gentleman. He's a patriot. I know him reasonably well. He's an absolutely top class bureaucrat and public servant. And I think the efforts yesterday of trying to intimidate him and undermine him on social media are absolutely shameful. This is a government that is working 24/7 to protect the interests of India and protect the interests of every Indian citizen. They have conducted Operation Sindoor in an absolutely meticulous manner and delivered justice to 27 families. And therefore, I would urge people to get off this, trolling, and really be supportive, be united with the government of India, with the men and women in uniform, because we have a common enemy, and that is Pakistan. We have a common threat, which is terrorism. And united, we can prevail and demolish this. And that is certainly what our anger and our frustration should be focused at, not on our own people, and certainly not on distinguished public servants like Vikram Misri.
United we prevail is the message coming from the Kerala BJP chief, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar. Thank you very much for joining NDTV this morning.